Good wishes, dear students. Today for 10th class we will go in English second 8th chapter, The Blue Bead. It is written by Nora Bjork. It's a short story from Nora Bjork's collection Jungle Picture. The story in this collection presents a picture of the vast forest of India along the foothills of the Himalayas. As you know that in India, mainly the forest area is in Uttaranchal area, that is now Uttarakhand. So there Shivalik ranges are there and many wild animals are living there. The Blue Bead gives an account of how a 12-year-old girl, Sepia, and her family struggle for daily survival. Now this story is based upon the life condition of the people who are living in those hilly areas and the poverty they are facing. So their poverty in the story is emphasized and the heroism of Sepia is highlighted. Now those people who are living in that area face dangers every day, but we cannot recognize or we cannot think how life is difficult in that particular area, especially when someone is financially very weak. So Sepia's excitement at finding a blue bead for her necklace is far greater than her thrill while attacking the crocodile and saving the life of a Gujjar woman. So this was about the author. Now we will go the story in detail. The story is about Sepia, a 12-year-old child woman. The story begins with a mugger crocodile. As you know, crocodiles in Hindi are known as mugger also. So coming out of deep water, the crocodile, who was twice the length of a tall man, raised his eyes and nostrils out of water to breathe the clean sunny air. Now these lines are describing the crocodile. Crocodile general length of any man is 6 feet. So it is twice. Generally crocodiles are twice the length of men. So maybe 12 feet, 15 feet. So these lines are describing this animal. Over the years, the crocodile had become so strong and ferocious that nothing could pierce its inch-thick armored hide. As you know that crocodiles are having very thick skin. Even bullets cannot penetrate into its thick skin. So the only vulnerable areas were his eyes and soft underarms. So these are the areas where its skin is soft. Beside the crocodile, as he lay waiting for his food, glimmered a blue bead. Blue bead are the stones being found near the water areas. So blue beads, this girl whose name was Sepia was trying to get this blue bead so that she could make a necklace for her. She was so poor that she could not purchase necklace from the market. So this story is showing the pathetic condition of people who are living in that particular area and who are financially weak. Now like every girl, this girl Sepia was also having lots of desire to purchase accessories and necklaces for her, but since she was very poor, she was unable to purchase it from the market. Thus, she wanted blue beads from the river bed so that she could make a necklace for her own. So Sepia, a thin village girl dressed in an earth-colored rag, was eating her last chapati. She was accustomed to the toils of daily life. We find very difficult when something uncertain things comes in our life and we start praying to God and we tell everyone that see this pathetic situation has come in our life. But there are many people who face this type of problems in their daily life and they never complain about it. So Sibia was such type of a girl who was accustomed on the toils of her life. In all her life she had never owned anything but a rag. She wished to make a bead necklace for herself that would rattle around her neck. She has not purchased anything in her life except a rag. So here she was having only one desire or wish, that she could make a necklace for her own. One day she went with her mother and some other women to get some paper grass from the cliffs over the river. The women felt that they toiled all day long while the agent sat on silk cushions and enjoyed life. So this woman who goes and take out the grasses, different type of grasses which are being used to make the papers. So they used to cut those grasses and they sell this to the agent, and agent again they carry and sell it in the market area. So agents get lots of profit, but these women do not fetch more profit from this. But to get their livelihood, they were accustomed to cut these grasses from the cliff of a river. So they felt toiled all day long. So the only luxury that she wanted was to make a necklace for herself with shiny scarlet beads. But each seed was as hard as a stone and thus needed to be drilled with red hot needle. The family needle was snapped, so she had to wait till they could buy another needle. Now she was very poor. She was not having enough amount to purchase even needle also, which was a basic requirement to make a necklace or to drill a seed. And you can see needles are worthless, means they come at very low cost, but this poor girl was not having that much amount also to purchase a needle. On their way, the women passed a Gujjar encampment. Sibia glanced at the Gujjar woman as she went towards the cliff. So there were some herds where Gujjar type of tribe was living in that area, and these women, when they were passing through those areas, they were able to see Gujjar women. So the Gujjars, like Sibia, were junglis, that is creatures of the forest, born and bred in the forest. So they were tribal people. They got their living from animals, grass and trees. The women, after collecting the paper grass, came back, but Sibia was left alone. She was carrying a heavy load and her muscles stretched and ached. When she was halfway home, she noticed a Gujjar woman who was coming down to the water on the other side to fill her 2 pots, was attacked by a crocodile. These people who are living in forest areas, they generally depend upon rivers to fetch water and for their livelihood. So this Gujjar woman was going to fetch water in her 2 pots, and she was attacked by a crocodile who was hiding under the water. As Sibia was left alone, she was able to see this attack. So Sibia immediately sprang into action to save her. With all the force, she aimed at the reptile's eyes with her hay fork. Hay fork is a type of tool which are being used to cut the grasses. So this hay fork was there with Sibia, and without getting nervous, without hesitation, without getting frightened, Sibia with full action and with full bravery attacked this crocodile to save Gujjar woman. So this shows that Sibia was fearless girl, and She was reluctant to help others, and she did not thought of her life, and she went to save her. With all the force, she aimed at the reptile's eye with her hay fork. The crocodile crashed back, exploded the water, and disappeared in pain. Sibia dragged the fainting woman out of water and helped her reach the encampment safely. She came back for her grass, sickle and fork, but found a blue bead there. So when she rescued this Gujjar woman and she helped her to get out from this danger, then she came back from her to take her sickles and fork. So with full energy, she crushed the crocodile because she attacked the crocodile near the eyes, and crocodile left her, this Gujjar woman, and went back into the water with pain. So this girl, she was fearless girl. Again she returned back to that river to take her sickle and fork. But with great, you can say, it was a great desire for her to find a blue bead, and fortunately she found a blue bead over there. Sibia was overjoyed. On her way back home, when her mother said that she thought something had happened to her, Sibia burst with her story and cried, "Something did. I found a blue bead for my necklace, look." Now here when her mother, Sibia's mother, asked that she was getting worried that where are you, Sibia did not told the story that crocodile attacked one woman and I saved her life. But for her, important was blue bead. And she overjoyed and she told this thing to her mother that ultimately she found a blue bead which was necessary for her to make a necklace. So this story shows that how people are living in different type of situations. For them, danger encounter and their life vulnerability does not mean anything. For them, small happiness counts. So here, in this story, we have learned so many things about the life of poor people and how people are living in isolated areas. So you can go through this in your workbook also, page number 156, and you can read. I will tell you in next part about the other plots and the titles and everything of this story. Okay, thank you students.